Hi, I'm Dale Goodwin. I'm chair of the Finance Committee here at Iron Oaks, and with me today is Robin Murray. And we're going to talk some more about the FACE Fund. This is our third video in a series of three. So first of all, I want to apologize. We're not professional actors. So if you were looking for something glossy and slick, that's probably not us. But we're here to provide you with information for the upcoming FACE Fund. And as homeowners, we feel it's our obligation to really present all those facts to you. So we're going to talk on this third video, we're going to talk about the benefit to homeowners. We're going to get some new homeowner perspective. We're talking about the yes or the no vote, and we'll talk about how you can help. And then we're going to get some voting details. So let's get into it. How does the FACE Fund benefit you as a current homeowner? Somebody brought up the concept that this is like a balancing act or a teeter-totter. When we go out to look at improving amenities and make major improvements to amenities, there's various ways that those can be funded. We put the FACE Fund into effect 10 years ago to help fund those items. But if we have something that's larger than the items that we've done, which have all been in the neighborhood of 1.2, 1.3, the latest one, $2 million, we start talking about more major improvements than that. It's going to take more FACE Fund funding, first of all, but it's also maybe going to take some special assessments. Those have to be approved by homeowners in a lot of cases. So, don't get freaked out by that. We're going to be asking you in order to dip into your wallet for that. But if we don't have enough funding in FACE Fund money to do it, we're going to be asking for more special assessments. So asking for an increase in the FACE Fund will help balance that funding source between new buyers and existing homeowners. And I think it's important to understand that. New home buyers are going to probably get better benefit out of those amenity upgrades than existing people who've been here 20 years anyway. So it's an important thing to look at. One of the other things that people have been asking us about is, how does this tie into the master plan? Well, quite frankly, it doesn't directly. It does in a sort of a way, in that anything that comes out of master planning committee or anything that homeowners decide that they want to do relative to amenity upgrades, we're going to need money to do it. And so the FACE Fund increase ties in that way, but it's not tied to any specific project that we're talking about at this point. That'll come down the road, and there's a lot of work, a lot of homeowner input that's going to take place before any of that stuff happens. So it's not a direct tie. It's simply about the FACE Fund and should we increase it. So Robin's here today because she's relatively new to the community, and we want to get her perspective on the FACE Fund and some other information out of her. But from your perspective as a new home buyer, what do you think of the FACE Fund, and where are you coming from on the FACE Fund?
When we purchased about 5 years ago, we certainly knew that there was a FACE Fund fee as a part of our closing costs. It was irrelevant to us. In fact, the relevancy was that it was something we felt needed to be there, because that was the sign of a community that recognized that it needed more improvements and that there was funding in place to pay for it. Mm-hmm. So in that respect, it was important, but it didn't really come into our decision about whether or not to purchase this home. We recognize that change happens and it's better to guide it. And with that strength of a FACE Fund, it certainly helps as a part of that decision making. The decision to buy here, certainly respect all the work from early homeowners that built this into this wonderful community that we enjoy so much. We also recognize it's an aging community, and we want to maintain the lifestyle, but it was going to continue to need improvement over time, and to maintain all the lifestyle amenities that we enjoy. We can't change the location. It's a great advantage to us, but we certainly can look to the future and continue to evolve Iron Oaks with the lifestyle and community that we want to have.
Right, that's a great perspective. Along those lines, I was on a board of directors of an HOA in Colorado before I retired, and it was a relatively new community, so we didn't have a capital improvement fund. And whenever we needed to do anything in the neighborhood, like repair out perimeter fencing, that type of thing, we had to do a special assessment. Homeowners don't like special assessments, so anything we can do from a financial standpoint to reduce those or eliminate them, that's great. We didn't do a special assessment to build the pickleball courts. We didn't do a special assessment to remodel Stone and Barrel. We didn't do one for the upgrade over at Rolling Green. All of that paid for with the FACE Fund. So it shows how important the FACE Fund is. Why don't you talk a little bit about what a yes vote would mean in this case?
A yes vote means homeowners approve the funding to improve the strength of the phase fund and have new homeowners who, again, as you have said, will have the longer use of any kind of future improvements, pay their fair share.
Right.
And that's simply what it is.
Yep. Yep. So what the flip side of that, if it doesn't pass and it's a no vote, what does that mean?
It means the phase fund continues to be underfunded and existing homeowners will have to pay a larger share for any future projects.
Yeah, I talked about that briefly in the presentation that we did last spring. And as a outside explanation, I said, look, if we're going to do all of these upgrades and we don't increase the phase fund, it's going to take us about 40 years to pay for it. So, that's an extreme and it's not real, but it shows that just how underfunded phase fund is right now. So how can individual homeowners help in this regard? What's your perspective on that?
I think homeowners should talk to their friends. They should talk to their neighbors. Share with them where information can be found so that folks can get educated on what this means and encourage them to vote.
Right.
Every homeowner should express their opinion through their vote and have a voice and let that sing out. So homeowners can talk about that. Again, encourage the education and encourage the vote.
Yeah. Specifically in my circle of friends, neighbors, what have you, that I associate with, and maybe this is association with people like-minded, right? I haven't run into anybody who's opposed to this. Everybody's in favor of it. Everybody understands the benefit of it. I'm sure there are naysayers out there. They probably surround themselves with other naysayers, but we need to overcome that. And we need to get this thing passed to help the benefit of the community over the long haul. So the voting is going to begin on October 26th, and it's going to run through December 15th. There's going to be in-person voting available on December 16th from 9 to 9:30 at the Oakwood Clubhouse. There's going to be a mailer sent out so that you can do a paper ballot if you like. But online voting is going to be available. It has been in past elections that we've done and changes to CC&R. So that's it in a nutshell. You can vote electronically, you can vote with a paper ballot, you can vote in person. There's no excuse not to vote. And we need to hear the no votes as well so that we get the voice of what the community is. We've heard some people say, just don't vote. That doesn't tell us anything. Not voting is like not participating in your community. It's just the wrong approach to take. So I think the phase fund, we've talked about it in the previous videos about the importance of it. Homeowners who were here in 2011 voted to implement the phase fund. They understood the value of it. Homeowners over the last 10 years have seen the value of the phase fund in the upgrades to the amenities that we've done without special assessments. Now we need to step it up so that we can do more meaningful improvements to our amenities, which are really aging. They're 30 years old. And again, remember, we need 2010 votes to pass this. So let's get out there and get it done. Thanks, Robin, for being here. And thanks, everybody, for listening. This is the last video. If you want to talk to me, you're going to have to call me directly.